Okay, so I think we are now live. Let's quickly check on YouTube as well if things are working fine. Hi everyone. If you are able to hear us, let just quickly type in like something on the chat so that we can see it's working fine for everyone. Nice. Okay, so I think things are working fine. I think candidates can also see the chat on the YouTube. So you don't have to separately open up the YouTube. Like you can see the chat happening directly on the like stream itself, right? I'll just keeping tabs on the YouTube thing just so that things are working fine. Okay. Chalo, I think we'll then get started, guys. So first of all, welcome everyone to this first episode of I think online mock assessments, right? So we have today three candidates with us, and we'll be having a full-on mock contest where these guys would be attempting the contest, and I'd be trying to explain you guys what all the things questions asking for, what all solutions might approaches might be there, and then we can also see what they are typing in. We'll also like kind of uh, like see where all they are doing it correctly, where all what kind of mistakes they are making, so that we all can kind of improve on this. I think coding the placement seasons and intern seasons are kind of approaching very quickly, and this is going to be like a good practice for all of you guys. And we'll be picking up like real coding questions. So essentially, we'll be using this platform practice.algozenith.com, where we have like real coding test replicas, right? So we'll be using actual test, actual setup, so that you can see that like this is how the test will be, and this is how you need to perform in an actual test, right? So maybe I'll like so maybe let's go around the table and like kind of quickly do a small sort of introduction for everyone so that you all know who we have on the stream today. So maybe we can start with Anuj. You can unmute and just maybe quickly introduce yourself.
Hi, am I audible?
Yep, you're audible.
Hi everyone. My name is Anuj. I am a pre-final year electrical engineering undergraduate at NIT Jamshedpur. I have a keen interest in competitive programming and I am really excited for this stream.
Great.
Thanks.
uh, Satyam, maybe next you can go and quickly introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, myself Satyam Singh Rajput, BTech third year, Production and Industrial Engineering from NIT Allahabad.
Great. Arpit, next you.
So, hello everyone. I am Arpat Singh, fourth year computer science student at BITS Goa.
Okay, great. So I think all three of you guys have the like coding test platform ready and the ID ready, right? So let me share my screen and I will kind of start with the test that we'll kind of attempt today. So as you can see over here, like I have already opened up basically over here in the dashboard there are a bunch of tests that you can kind of see right now. What we will navigate to is essentially the Microsoft's one, and essentially we'll be like attempting the Microsoft's coding test today, right? And if you go to this, there are two of them available. We will attempt the first one, the test one available on the Microsoft one, right? This particular test. And this is, I think, what you guys will also be setting for. So maybe on your own screens, you guys can open up this particular test and like just be on this screen so that we are ready and we start at the same time, right? I'll obviously not code and things. I will just explain you guys, everybody else, what is all going on and all. And till then maybe all three of you can like just open up this on your screen and like just be at this page so that we can start at the same time. Also guys, for those who are like kind of watching the stream, a quick like and subscribe if you haven't yet, so that you are like notified about all such streams, right? I can see kind of Satyam navigating to Microsoft. So we can see each of their laptop screens as well. Like on Satyam's screen, we can see that Satyam is navigating to the Microsoft's one, right? We can go to Arpit's screen. So Arpit's also ready at this page, right? Anuj, maybe you can go to the coding test stream page itself. So I was saying, I hope I will increase my competitive program. So basically these streams, so there is a link in the description where there is a form, you can fill that in. people are selected randomly in that. So we don't really select only competitive programmers in this team. Like at every level, it's not really fixed key. You have to be a competitive programmer. Though it depends upon the company we select and a little bit on this frame key. It is attemptable to some degree. So and if you want to kind of get into these, just fill that form. I think people are going to get selected randomly, 3 to 4 people every stream. That's the number we'll have every time. So I can see Anuj waiting on this one. Yeah, so Anuj is also on the dashboard, and I think everybody is now almost ready with their stream having the question, right? So I think let's get started, right? Everybody ready for the test then? What about the audience? So one thing that I will tell for audience after this is these guys would be on mute, like in the sense that they will remove their earphones and they will not be able to hear what I speak, so that while I explain these things to you guys, they are not able to hear things. And in fact, you guys can also ask me on the chat, on the comment key, hey slash. So you can just type screen the name of the candidate. So I will like if we get more requests for somebody, we'll try to see what they are coding and try to see how they are performing and stuff. Okay. So let's kind of get started, guys, right? So all three of you, let's get started with the test, and maybe you can start the test right now. And also alongside that, maybe remove your earpieces so that you are, or mute the like StreamYard or the stream over here so that you are not able to hear yourself. When I say mute, you can also mute yourself on the like the tab over here, right? The tab of the StreamYard on the top of the window on the Chrome. If you click on the tab, you will be seeing that you can mute the tab over here, and that's right click on the tab, and you can see the mute tab, right? So you can mute the stream for every like StreamYard's tab for yourself, and in that case you will not hear me anymore, right? So that's the setup, guys. Now let's get started. I think now let's get started. This is my screen now. So as you can see, everybody is ready. Let's get started, right? So start the stream, start the test. So I think Satyam has already started. We'll start for our end as well. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the test that has started, right? So I think let's quickly see other streams. Satyam has also started with his own coding test. Yep, Arpit is also there. Anuj is also there. Yeah, so everybody's on the stream, right? Let's begin. So guys, you guys can always like keep in. So as I told, you guys can always ask me, hey Vivek, can you show me the stream of this, or like the screen name is the like command for that, I would say. Just throw in that, and then I'll maybe point to their screen and what they are doing in a few minutes, right? Because let them at least read the problem and start with the problem first. Till then, like let's go through the problem ourselves and try to see how we can solve these problems, right? Sure, let's discuss these things. So right now you can see over here that this is the first problem. There are 3 problems, right? So I'm gonna explain these things as if I'm suggesting you on how to give a coding test, right? So whenever you start a coding test, there is going to be a panel in any platform where you will see what all type of questions exist, right? What all sections exist. For this particular test, it has only 3 coding questions, right? Sometimes you will see that there are contests that contains like MCQs and then coding questions, right? So, okay, so we have our first request, Arpit's screen. Let's kind of hover up to Arpit's screen. So he's also reading the problem. Yet, so I'll switch in some time. You can type in and I will take the request one by one a little later. Since this was the first one, I took it immediately. So whenever you have these 3 questions, right? My personal suggestions in general is to kind of quickly skim through all the questions once. मतलब जल्दी सारे क्वेश्चंस एक बार पढ़ लो. That's what we can do, right? Can we navigate through tabs in a way? No. So you will only be on this window. But since this is a replica, I think I'm going to allow people to use their own IDs, people to use their own setup for now. But yes, in general, you will be only on this screen. जैसे hacker rank होता है, hacker alert होता है, right? So there is something called as proctored environment. Proctored environment मतलब क्या होता है? You cannot really set up the things in that frame, right? You cannot go outside that thing. तो नहीं कर सकते in general, okay? So you have 3 questions. My general suggestion: read all 3. Okay, it takes time to read all 3, but again, you will be sure on which problem to attempt. I think what I can see over here right now is that Anuj has read the first problem. He's trying to code the first problem, which is good. Like if you're sure ki kya karna hai, then it's pretty simple, right? But then again, not always that's the case, right? So I think we can see this. What I would focus more on DSA for bigger companies. So coding test in general. So this is my screen right now. Okay. By the way, are you guys able to see whose screen this is? I mean, are you guys able to see that name on the screen? No, right? I think. Okay. Maybe in the next stream I'll make some setup where you guys would be able to see ki whose screen this is, right? It's not showing the name, but I will tell you whose screen it is. This is my screen. Whenever I change, I will tell you which whose screen are we looking to right now. Okay. Where can we see the question? So this is essentially the practice set from AZ. So you can see this from the link. Go to the dashboard and see the link over there. But right now we'll see this one from the screen. So you can read the problem for here itself. I will explain the problem real quick. The problem says take up that there are like n students, 1 to n sitting in the row, having each their lunch. Each student has a different item in his lunchbox. In order to share the food fast enough each other, the ith student can exchange his food with the I/2th student. Okay. Please zoom the screen. Yep, correct, makes sense. I think for you guys this is a little difficult to read. Yeah, I think this is going to be clear now, right? Okay. In how many minimum exchanges can the 8th student exchange food with B8th student, right? That's what is being asked. And the ith student can swap his food with I/2. Okay. That's the question. Can you please remove the frame? Is that what you're asking for me? Okay. This is the question right now. Okay. Can you please do? Okay, got it. On screen. Yeah. Let's move to folks' screen. What they are doing. So I will explain the solution. You can read the problem right now from my screen. This is the main problem, and the test cases are around 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power 6, right? So basically, there are two positions given. You have to tell me in how many ways can you, like, in what minimum number of moves can you swap the two people's food, right? That's what is given. So basically 1, 2, 3 is there, and then you want to swap the food of 2 and 3. So you want to get to this place. So you will do the swap of 2 with 1, then 3 with 1, and then again 2 with 1. So you will get to this place, like 2 with 1 swap, 3 with 1 swap, and then this, right? Okay. Okay, so let's look at Arpit's stream. So this is Arpit's screen right now. Okay, so he's still reading the problem. So are the questions in increasing order of difficulty? Not always. So that's the thing. It's not always the case that the questions are in the increasing order of difficulty. Okay. Okay, I just came to know that Anuj had a little issue with his like connection on this side, so he'll get back real quick. Don't worry. Okay. India mein electricity is a big issue. Yes. So basically, what we are being asked, let's solve the question ourselves till the time they code. What it is asking is there is 1, 2, 3, 4 up till n. There is a setup like this. Okay. Let's go to my screen now. There is a setup like this 1, 2, 3, n, and you are given a position A, you are given a position B. In one swap, you can choose any I and you can swap the value at I and I/2. That's what you are able to do right now. Okay. That you can swap the value at I and I/2. So for example, let's suppose in the first case, there was 3 things and then you wanted to swap 2 and 3. So there are 1, 2, 3, 3 items and you want to swap the item at 2 and 3. So the desired output is 1, 3, 2. That's what you want to get to. And in one step, you can swap only items at I and I/2 positions. So my thinking in this case is maybe what we'll have to do is like for a particular element we have to go and swap till some place, and for this element we'll have to swap, then again swap till same place, so that we can connect them together somehow, and then swap this back again to this place, right? So this will swap to this place, this will swap to this place, and then this will go back over here, this will go back over here, this will go back over here, something like this, right? So this is what we are trying to do over here, right? This is something that we might have an approach on, right? But how to do this very, very efficiently? It's a like, so what do you guys think? Can you recall something from this operation? From I, you can go to I by 2. What does this mean? Or do you see something like common in this frame? I mean, how do you like use this operation? So very simply, first of all, if you keep doing I by 2, how many steps can we go for a certain number? How many times can we keep dividing a number if we just divide that 1 by 1 by 2? Maximum number of times. I suppose for I, it is going to be log 2 of I, right? That is the number of times we can divide anything. So for any number, let's suppose 5, I can find that 5 will go to 5 by 2, 2 will go to 1, right? Then let's suppose there is another number 8. 8 will go to a certain number 4, 4 will go to 2, 2 will go to 1, something like this, okay? So now let's suppose you want to swap the element at 5 and at 8. How would you do that? How would you do that in this case? Let's quickly check their streams while you think about this. How will you swap 5 and 8? I think Arpit is still on that problem itself. No, I think he's reading the third problem. That's good. Okay, so they're figuring out the first logic. It's not super simple, but again, that's how tests are generally. Stop at 2, right? So maybe what I will do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. This is the thing. So I want to swap these two places. What I will do is I will try to swap these two, right? So that this, from this you go to this, and then from this you can try and go to this, right? So let's try to see how the operations look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will go from 5 to 2. So I will swap these two. Okay. Then I will try to swap the thing at place 2 and 4. So 2 and 4. 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 7, 8. And then I will swap things at 4 and 8. Position number 4 and position number 8. So you see that we got the 5 to the place where 8 was, right? Okay, yeah, correct. Your screen. This is one thing you guys will have to remind me, because I have to switch screens multiple times. So tell me ki you are telling me to switch, like you tell me which screen to be on. Okay. So 2, 5 we are swapping because we had to swap these two things. Then from 2 to 4 we swapped these two positions. Then we have to swap 4 and 8. So we swap these two things. So we get, see, from 5 we brought it to 8's place. But there is a problem. We wanted this, right? Only 5 and 8 getting swapped. From this we wanted these two get swapped, right? But right now 8 is at 4. So 8 kind of came over here. So we have to bring 8 back to 5 again, right? So how can we do that? We can swap 8 and 4 again, back again. Right? And then again swap back 2 and 8. Right? So do you now get a little bit of logic that how exactly this is working? That maybe in the flow, when you keep it dividing by 2, whatever is the common number where you reach for the first time is what is the place where you kind of get the first number to, and then bring it back to the other place, and then bring the other number back through this to this place. So we are bringing this to this place and this to this place. There are two-way round swapping that is happening. Okay. let's see. I think Arpit is coding something, so let's try to see what he's writing. Okay, so he's writing code for another problem. So we'll go to this problem next, right? Let's see what Satyam is doing. Satyam is trying to build the logic for the first one. Okay, great. So what will be our logic for our case? Very simply, see, for any number a, b, I will build the chart. So let's suppose let's take two random numbers. Give me two random numbers in the range, let's say 1 to 16. Okay, give me any two numbers. Quickly, the first person to give me the two numbers will be taken up. Okay, so the first two numbers is 29 and 41. Don't restrict it to only English. I will, मतलब देखो, I can speak in Hindi as well. But to be very honest, when I'm trying to keep things in English, the reason for that is not because I want it to be in English. It's mostly because when you will give these interviews, right, you will have to explain the problems in English, right? So what happens is when you listen to somebody explaining problems in English, that's when you learn these nuances as well, right? So that's what you should try to pick up. But हाँ मतलब हिंदी में मैं यूज तो कर ही सकता हूँ, that's not a problem for me. बट अगेन तुम लोग को पिकअप करना चाहिए कि मैं कैसे एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, ऐसे तुम जाके इंटरव्यू में एक्सप्लेन कर पाओ, राइट? So the first thing that we took was 29 and 41. ये बहुत बड़ा नंबर है. I will not take this one. I told a little lesser. So I will take 5 and 18 just for the instance. ठीक है, 18. The chart is 9. Divide by 2 4. Divide by 2 1. Right? For 5 we went to 2 and then 1. So we will have 1 swap, 2 swap, 3 swap, 4 swap. The common thing is this. Okay, so within 4 swap we can get 5 to 18. 4 plus 18 when we when we get 5 over here, then 5 over here, then 5 over here. The last time we swapped 5, 18 was over here now. So 1, 2, 3. So again 4 minus 1. Okay, so we'll say that this is going to take us 7 swaps in total. So very simply the idea is find out this common element where it will be, right? And then just simply find out, okay, in how many steps from here you can come to this and then go to this. If you have this as length x, this as length y, like over here this is 3 and y is 1, so you can simply say, hey, I will use x plus y steps to swap one number to the other place, and then plus x plus y minus one number of moves to bring the other thing to this place. That's how we can do it, and this will be my final answer. Okay, this will be my final answer. Is this logic clear to everyone? How are we solving this particular problem? Quick +1 if this makes some sense. I understand that we are doing it in a little hurry, so it might not be like 100% clear, but is everybody 50% clear on what exactly the logic is? Okay. Okay. So we have Anuj back with us on the stream. You can see Anuj is writing code for, I think he's also writing the code for the next problem. So let's move to the next problem, right? So I think everybody's writing codes for other problems. I'll not disturb them right now during the test. Why x plus y minus 1? Because when you brought 5 over here, the last swap made 18 go one step also. Matlab 18 was now at this place. Remember over here, when you brought this 5 over here, see 8 is not over here, 8 is now over here. One step is already done for 8. So you had to bring it the rest of the step. So 1 minus, right? Let's go back to my stream. This place. 8 is already over here when you got 5 over here, right? Right? Clear everyone? Yeah, I've switched it now. I understand. So this is the first stream. Kindly bear with me. A little difficult to handle things. मैं भी सीख रहा हूँ. धीरे धीरे हो जाएगा, right? हम लोग धीरे धीरे perfect हो जाएंगे. Next time, maybe what we'll do is I will get somebody as a host and they will manage the screens and all so that I can focus on explaining you guys a little bit. ठीक है? समझ में आया सबको थोड़ा थोड़ा लॉजिक इसका? Let's see what these guys are doing. Arpit is kind of writing the code for this problem. Frog path. Okay, we'll look into this problem. Um, Anuj is writing code for some direction related stuff. I think the second problem. What is Satyam doing? Satyam is, I think, still on the first problem. He's still building the things of the first thing, right? Okay. So we have all three people coding right now. It's a 1 hour coding test, so it will take them time and let them free do. I am explaining things to you, so that's why it might seem very simple. You might say, "Kecha, why are they not doing it so quickly?" When you will sit and test, तो difficult लगेगा, right? जब आप खुद टेस्ट में बैठोगे तो बहुत difficult लगेगा ये सब चीजें, right? Same क्वेश्चन करने में आधा घंटा लगता ही है, right? अनुजी, हाँ अनुजी सेकंड क्वेश्चन में पहुंच गए लग रहा है मुझे, हो सकता है, राइट? विल डिस्कस विद देम कि कैसा रहा टेस्ट एंड उनका क्या स्ट्रेटजी था, क्या करा उन्होंने, ठीक है? विल कम टू दैट थिंग्स लेटर ऑन. Okay, let's go back to my window and let's go to, okay, let's go to the next problem, right? So we'll quickly read the other problems too so that we are sure what they are doing. So there is this problem called confused minion, okay, which I think Anuj is solving right now. Yeah, that is also something you can do. Bhushkun, that is also something you can do, but it's a little more difficult. Why? Like you can do it in a greedy way also for this problem, right? So now, infinite 2D grid, he can travel only in 4 directions, namely positive x, positive y. So very simply, you are at origin at time t equal to 0. He can travel only in 4 directions. Initially, he is traveling at positive x-axis at a speed of 1 unit per second. ठीक है? तो initial speed उसका क्या है? Positive x-axis in 1 unit per second. Minion friends are quite worried that whether he will about him and reach at origin while looking for him. They know all the turns taken by minion at various point of time. Okay, between the starting point and the present time. They hand the data to you. You have to find the current location of minion. Okay. So इसमें basically क्या बोल रखा है कि there is NNL, the present time and the number of turns taken. ठीक है? What is the present time and the number of turns taken? The next L lines contain two space separated integers. The time at which the turn is taken, and for ease of taking input, the left turn is denoted by 0, right turn is this. Okay. Okay. So basically इसमें बोल क्या रखा है? I will explain this in a very simple terms. ठीक है? हमें क्या बोल रखा है? There was a person at 0,0 at the start. ठीक है? And initially they are going at plus like 1 unit. इस स्पीड से वो इस तरफ जा रहे हैं. एंड देन एट सर्टेन क्या है कि आपको एक लिस्ट दे रखा है, एल नंबर्स का लिस्ट दे रखा है, एंड इन टोटल दे हैव मूव्ड n सेकंड्स. ठीक है? तो पहला क्या बोला है कि अच्छा 2 सेकंड्स पे इसने एक 0 टर्न लिया, मतलब लेफ्ट टर्न लिया लेट्स सपोज. ठीक है? फिर थर्ड सेकंड पे इसने राइट टर्न लिया. ओके. देन फिफ्थ सेकंड पे और 10 और लेट्स सपोज 6 सेकंड पे इसने फिर से लेफ्ट टर्न लिया. ओके. Then 8 सेकंड पे इसने फिर से लेफ्ट टर्न लिया. So what is happening? This kind of instruction set is given to you that at what second he did what. So देखो he is traveling at 1 unit per second. तो at 2 seconds his direction is gonna change. तो 2 seconds तक इसी direction में जाएगा. So he will be at 2,0 when he reaches at 2 seconds. Then there is 0 like a left turn. So which is left? I think this is going to be left. So it start moving this direction और उसके बाद 1 second तक he will move. So he will move to 2,1. So next is at 3 seconds he makes a right turn. So right is this turn. So I'm standing over here. I'm looking at this direction and my right is this, right? So this side. And then he moves for 3 seconds. So यहाँ पर they will reach 5,1, right? And then they make another left turn. So they make another left turn at 6. और फिर 2 सेकंड मूव किया, तो they will move to 5,3 and then another left. Let's suppose they move for 10 seconds. Okay, n is equal to 10. So यहाँ पर 2 सेकंड मूव किया, फिर से लेफ्ट टर्न लिया, एक और लेफ्ट टर्न, तो दिस साइड, एंड देन अनदर 2 सेकंड्स, क्योंकि 10 पे जाके वो रुक गया है. तो फाइनली दे रीच्ड 3,3, right? मतलब एग्जैक्टली यहाँ के ऊपर नहीं होगा, यहाँ पर 2 सेकंड, यहाँ पर 2 सेकंड चला, 10 पे जाके वो रुक गया, तो यहाँ 2 सेकंड, यहाँ पर 2 सेकंड, यहाँ पर 3 सेकंड, यहाँ पर 1 सेकंड, यहाँ पर 2 सेकंड. So this is the directions, distances, and this is the directions and how it is changing, right? So which topic problem is this? This was an actual Microsoft's coding test question. Okay, all the tests that are there on the platform are real tests only, just set properly so that you can practice on them. तो इस पे क्या लाइक सेटअप है, मतलब ये किस टॉपिक का क्वेश्चन लग रहा है आप लोग को? टॉपिक्स होते हैं ना अलग अलग कोडिंग में, किस टॉपिक का क्वेश्चन है ये? बहुत सिंपल है ये तो. एक टॉपिक होता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड सिमुलेशन. डू यू गाइस नो व्हाट डज सिमुलेशन मींस? हाँ, ब्रूट फोर्स. आई थिंक नॉट BFS. Yes, it's basically simple simulation. Direction maintain करो and move कराओ, right? That's what you have to do. Let's look at people's screen. Let's look at Anuj's screen. I think he's starting off with the next problem, I suppose. Yeah. So he has maintained the direction in which he is moving. See, he's done something similar. And last kitne dur tha into direction ka FF and SS. So he has maintained which direction is he moving in, how much move he will make, and then he's just maintaining कि कितना उस पे चेंज आएगा करंट पॉइंटर पे और करंट इस पे. Okay. So n minus last is the amount of time into the directions first, direction second. That is nothing but ki acha, if you are moving in x-axis, you will move 1,0. So this is basically the standard way you maintain things. This is the way you maintain ki agar if you are moving right side, this is how you keep moving in forward and how much changes will happen in x coordinate and y coordinate. That is what he is maintaining in the code. Is this clear to everyone? Like almost, I think Anuj's code is correct. He is like just correcting up the final few things. I saw that there was a mistake of last written over there. He corrected that up as well. सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या हो रहा है इस क्वेश्चन में? Simple simulation, right? This is what actually came in test. इतना भी difficult नहीं था ये test. मतलब ये question at least. First one was a little tricky, I suppose. Anybody else's screen you want to see? Let me know in the chat. So let's try to take a quick bet. Do you think anybody would be able to complete the test completely? Okay, let's move to Satyam's screen as well. I haven't seen much of progress on his screen. He has Sublime open. I'm not sure if he's writing on Sublime directly right now or not. No, it's difficult. So this is how it is, right? There is a 50-50% chance. Okay. The thing is, this test, I think the questions are not very hard, but the time is less. Like the actual Microsoft test was also for 60 minutes only, and there were 3 questions. So what is the average time per question? 20 minutes, right? And you can see that I am showing you this, so it looks easy, right? Like I am showing you writing on the drawing board, so it looks simple. But even when you will actually sit and test, when you are in stress scenario, and when you are given a problem to be solved in 20 minutes, then it becomes a little difficult to solve, है ना? And pressure रहता है वो काफी ज्यादा, तो तब आपको थोड़ा like difficult feel होगा, and तब मतलब इतना आसानी से solve नहीं होता है. And that's why people are not able to solve all problems. And generally, if you solve all problems in a test, you have kind of a guaranteed shortlist in most cases. At least what I have seen is सारे क्वेश्चन कर लिया तो shortlist आ जाता है generally, right? Unless it's too easy for everybody to solve. Okay. Then company starts seeing some this will. Vivek will. अच्छा Vivek. मैं तो कर ही लूंगा, I suppose. I hope so. Okay. Let's move to the third problem, guys. Shall we move to third problem? Is this making some sense? ये 50% क्लियर है सबको कि कैसे करके होगा ये क्वेश्चन? कुछ कोड करेंगे अगर तो हो जाएगा शायद से, कुछ सिमुलेशन टाइप का. We are not over here to completely like code everything and 100% clarity. It's more about to understanding कि coding test actually होता कैसा है, and उसमें क्या कैसे प्रॉब्लम आते हैं, और कैसे करके हम लोग अपना परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. ये लोग क्या मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हैं, उनसे सीख करके हम लोग अपना परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव करने की कोशिश करेंगे. दैट्स द मेन एजेंडा फॉर टुडे, राइट? क्वेश्चंस तो आप लोग बहुत प्रैक्टिस करते ही हो, आई होप. करते हो क्या? थर्ड प्रॉब्लम मूव करें. क्विक +1 ऑन द चैट if you guys are clear till this. Let's move to the third problem then. सबका +1 आ जाएगा तो I will move to third problem and explain the third problem quickly. Okay. So L is this. You might have. So I'm not print the sum of this. Okay. So there is this important note. The input of L is not necessarily in increasing order of time. So L को sort करना पड़ेगा पहले एक बार input को. Okay. Let's move to the third problem. So I'll give you some time to read the third problem very quickly. Read the problem and tell me once you are done with this. What is this question talking about? He is currently at stair number P and wants to go to stair number F. What he can do is by using two operations. Up U stairs, down D stairs. He can neither go beyond the topmost stairs and nor he can go below the lowermost stair. That is, he will only play on the stairs. Right? He defines these up and down going as operations. You are given the number of stairs on the staircase as n along with values f, p, u and d as inputs. You have to find the minimum number of operation he needs to perform to reach the final state f. Okay. If John cannot reach the stairs anyways, return -1. Okay. What topic is this? बताओ कैसे solve करोगे? What are you going to use? What are you going to use to solve this problem? Basically, a DFS would work. DFS in this problem? कैसे होगा DFS इस problem में? DP? क्या लिखोगे DP? Just tell me what DP are you guys thinking about? Ux minus dy equal to f minus p. That's a good equation. But I think Ayush has written a very interesting thing. You try to convert this to expressions, right? Every u step you are going to do plus u and then minus d, and that has to be equal to the difference. But there is one small caveat in this problem जो उस इक्वेशन में कैप्चर नहीं हो रहा है. क्या नहीं हो रहा है बताओ? Show Anuj. Anuj is getting wrong answer on problem number 2. Now this is the stress that you feel. देखो, I'm gonna tell you a very interesting thing. पता है? Coding tests are not difficult because the questions are difficult. It's because people don't have practice of debugging on stress. ठीक है? Debugging on stress is a different kind of skill. And that is what competitive programmers are really good at. मतलब यही एक biggest advantage होता है. मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा कि किसी ने competitive programming करा है तो they know more techniques, or that sometimes is true, but not necessarily. Lead code में भी बहुत अच्छे से questions है. But the only problem that I feel on lead code is you don't learn debugging. क्योंकि lead code में क्या है कि every time you solve a problem, you get the test case कि उसमें क्या गलत है, right? And then you debug with test cases. Now think about Anuj over here. He is seeing the code. He knows कि कुछ mistake है, but he will not get the test case where it's failing, right? Okay, so I think he had not sorted the things first, right? Now I think he's putting them in input and then sorting this up. I think that's what Anuj is doing. Very, very smart. I suppose he will be able to solve this after he sorts it. इसलिए देखो ये छोटा सा एक लाइन मैंने को दिखाया that these are all caveats. मतलब people miss on these things and then people then realize कि अच्छा ये सही करना है बाद में. And this lets you waste a little bit of time. ये जो optimize कर पाएगा ना, इसलिए read statements very, very carefully. Okay? So let's see DP in 2 states. See the constraints also. People are saying DP, but DP कैसे होगा? DP का ये states देख रहे हो? Every value is like around 10 to the power 5. What exactly will you use in DP? Tell me. What is the state that you are going to keep? So, by the way, a quick plug over here. Like, if you guys have not seen the DP workshop, I think there is a very good playlist on my channel. It's not very 100% beginner friendly, I would say, But again, if you know what basic DP is, मतलब आपने basic मतलब DP के questions देख रखे हैं, then I think that workshop will give you a very good clarity on how exactly to use DP on problems. ठीक है, मतलब वो problem solving aspect के ऊपर है कि how do you think about problems of DP. Okay, so watch that up. People are saying DP. This is not really DP in true sense because it's very difficult to solve this with DP. You could have solved it. This is like a frog jump. There is a problem called frog jump on lead code also. It's similar to that, but it's not DP. Okay. DP with bitmask? No, bitmask. So DP with bitmask is, I think, freely available on EZ's platform for all of you guys. I will share the link with you guys sometime later. It's there on the demo training already. मतलब वो बहुत अच्छे से available है. And उसपे there are 6 sub forms in DP bitmask. वो अगर आपने पढ़ लिया तो उसके अलावा कोई problems exist नहीं करना चाहिए ideally. Obviously they can make complicated states, but वही सारे 6 sub forms exist करते हैं DP with bitmask में. So check that out. I will just quickly explain this problem. This is not a DP because states are very hard. Basically, what is the problem? देखो, wherever you approach such problems, right? The first thing you should do is try to draw a pictorial diagram. क्या है diagram? There is a stairs, ठीक है? From 1 to n, ठीक है? I'm assuming it's 1 to n. Sometimes even in contests the statements are ambiguous. I have seen coding test questions being very ambiguous at times. तो आपको assume करना पड़ता है काफी बार, right? So it's from 1 to n. I have seen questions being difficult as well. Okay. Now you are at P, at point number P, and you have to, what's the other point? F final, right? I think something like that. Let's go back to the statements quickly. I'll just point this out. PF and then UD is given to you, right? So these 5 values are given to you. So from over here, for any I, if you do one step, you can go to I plus U and you can go to I minus D. Very importantly, another line is given, provided that it exists in this range, in the range 1 to n. Okay, provided that I minus D and I plus U exist in this range. Had this statement been written, okay, there is a very different problem in place. अगर वो नहीं है ना तो it can be solved with just extended GCD algorithm. Okay, but in this case that will not be possible because you have to restrict yourself in this. Okay, I have made a video on this one. So now what you can do is, if you can go to these 2 positions using one step, what I will do is I will set up the graph for this. This is actually a BFS problem. Okay, very simply, so what is the cost? What is the thing that you have to optimize? Minimum number of steps, right? Minimum number of steps. So in minimum number of steps, what is the unit cost? एक move जो कर रहे, every operation is the cost. So what you do is you make a graph where the cost is 1 and you go to I plus U. The cost is 1 and you go to I minus D for every node. ठीक है? Okay, and then in whatever moves you can, whichever cells are valid, you will make that graph. For every node you will add an edge to 2 other nodes, okay, of 1 cost each, and then from that P node you have to find the shortest path to the F node. Isn't this the problem for this problem? ये नहीं है क्या? Quick question. Exactly यही है ना question कि अगर आपने P से, अगर आप दोनों सारे like edges add कर दो हर node पे कि आप सामने जा सकते हो, पीछे जा सकते हो. Isn't it the shortest path problem from the node P to F? Yes or no? ये समझ में आया सबको कि अगर मेरा जो ऑपरेशन है मुझे प्लस यू लेके जा रहा है, माइनस डी लेके जा रहा है, सो जस्ट ऐड दोज 2 एजेस टू दोज नोड्स, सारे नोड पे ऐड कर दो एंड जस्ट मेक अ शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ कि हर एक नोड पे आपके ऑपरेशन पे आप कहां जाओगे को पता है. Simply on shortest path you will be able to find out the shortest, मतलब minimum number of moves, minimum number of operations required. So this is, and you can see why will this even pass if you think about the time complexity. The number of n is up to 10 to power 5, so number of cells is 10 to power 5, हर पे 2 edge रहेगा, so number of vertices is n, number of edges is 2n, Simply set that up and make a shortest path call. Which algorithm to use? Which algorithm to use for shortest path in this problem? Shortest path में बहुत सारे algorithm होते हैं ना, BFS, Dijkstra. There's so many algorithms existing. Which one to use in this particular problem? DFS? Absolutely wrong. DFS doesn't solve shortest path. Please remember this. DFS doesn't solve shortest path. BFS, Dijkstra, 01 BFS, Bellman Ford, Floyd Marshall. These 5 algorithms are there, which is generally used, right? So somebody saying Dijkstra, somebody saying BFS. In this problem, since every edge costs us 1, everything is uniform, so we can use simply BFS. Only BFS will suffice for this problem. Had there been different weights, ki acha, it costs you 3 seconds to move forward, but 1 second to go backward, something like this. In that case, you might have to keep a Dijkstra kind of code, okay? But in this case, simple BFS will suffice. Understood how to check if BFS will work? Since all edges are equal, every operation costs 1 operation, we are safe with using a simple BFS in this problem. Clear to all of you? Let's check the coding. Let's check the screen. Should we? क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग देखते हैं. What is Arpit doing? So this is Arpit's screen. Arpit is on problem, the other problem. This is the turn problem, I suppose. He's maintaining direction in previous time. I think that's the question that he is at right now. Okay. Guys, अगर आप लोग को देख के लग रहा है कि इनको टाइम लग रहा है ना, it's not because कि मतलब साइड से देख के मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ आसान है, मैं आई एम रिपीटिंग इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स, ठीक है. कभी भी जो आप जो स्ट्रीम पे कर रहे हैं उनके लिए ये 10x हार्डर है, वहां बैठ कर स्ट्रीम पे बैठ करके ये टेस्ट ऐसे अटेम्प्ट करना इन फ्रंट ऑफ इट. सो आई थिंक लाइक there should be a big kudos to these guys who are like kind of sitting on the stream and actually solving these questions. How many of you agree that it's very difficult to sit on stream, solve problems, and this can have a quick plus one just for a quick vote for like to appreciate their attempt on this? A quick plus one on the chat from everyone. It's super difficult to actually sit like this on stream and solve questions क्योंकि इतना stress होता है ना कि यार लोग मेरे को देख रहे हैं and questions हो रहा है and stuff, right? I think everybody would agree on this, right? So big kudos to these guys. So somebody is asking, can we solve with some maths on this problem? Actually no, because there is a restriction of 1 to n. अगर ये नहीं होता तो maybe we could have used some math, but in this case no, we cannot solve it with direct maths. Okay. Let's look into Anuj's code. I suppose Anuj is reading the last problem. I think he has completed the second problem. So his second problem is green, he's accepted. I can see that from his screen. So he's attempting the third problem. So the first problem everybody left. I suppose it's a little observational problem, I understand. So that's why people left it. It's okay to leave problems. So this is Anuj's screen. He has got his second problem accepted and he's working on his third problem. So this basically shows कि there is a lot of practice required for these things. अगर आप सोचो तो है ना, काफी practice चाहिए इन चीजों के लिए. Coding test, that's why people say coding test is hard because it's not super easy to write all these things quickly in the test. वो भी 1 घंटे में. I think a very good strategy could have been कि there is 3 problems, I will do only 2 and I will focus on them in 30 minutes. That's a good strategy to have in an actual coding test. ठीक है. Let's go to Arpit's screen. I think Arpit has minimized his sidebar, so we cannot see which problems he has got accepted as of now, but he's attempting the direction wala problem only. Since he has not taken it in the array and he has sorted, I think his direction is correct, but since he has not sorted the things, I think it's not correct as of now. Okay, you have to sort. So there is a very interesting statement over here. See this. This is a very, very small caveat. This is how people make mistakes. There's one line written over here. The L inputs are not necessarily in increasing order of time. If you don't use this, if you don't take it and input and sort, then it will be wrong. Okay, because we had to process them in order of the turns they had taken, right, at whatever time they have taken. This is one thing. So I think Anuj was very smart on like choosing this problem quickly, and coding it up because it was simulation, and then moving to the next problem. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have Satyam back on the stream. Some, it's like all the time connection issues happen. So ये भी एक important है यार. जब when you sit for interviews, when you sit for these things, make sure that like you have good stable connections and all. Okay, but let's see what Anuj is doing. Satyam is doing. This is Satyam's screen. So he is finding the minimum maximum. Max by 2. Okay. That's very smart. I think he has already got accepted on this problem. This is also very smart. So what he's doing is he's taking the maximum one. He's always dividing it by 2 until both of them reach the same point. And then when they reach the same point, he's just doing answer minus 1. Like both of them has reached the same point. So that's x plus y to count it twice, I suppose. And then he's just, so it's x plus y, and he's adding x plus y minus 1 to the answer, right? Over here you can see it in his code. We discussed this in the for the first problem. So I think his code is correct. That's pretty good. Do they all do CP? Not necessarily. I have not selected. So to be very honest, I've seen their candidatures, but I've not selected them based on CP. So even I don't know. Okay. Selection has been pretty random. If you fill the form, you'll be selected on random basis. I'm already telling you, because if I shortlist, some of them are at different rating range, right? Congrats on getting shortlisted for Microsoft. Yeah, I think with this coding test, I hope I would have got shortlisted for the interviews. Usko the interviews bhi hoga, right? But yeah, that's there. So what? This is how you had to solve it. Ideally, जैसे मैंने जल्दी solve कर दिया, it would have been possible. But again, इतना easy नहीं है, right? So for me, I can end the test and I can see the solutions and all, and I can explain you guys real quick for the clarity. Okay, if you want to see anybody's screen, anybody's face, so let's look at their faces for once, right? I'm gonna just quickly hover on. I think Arpit, everybody's a little stressed, I suppose, है ना? सत्यम भी थोड़ा stressed ही लग रहा है मेरे को. So अब coding test दे रहे, stress तो होना ही है. मतलब how do you expect somebody giving a test जिसमें stress ना हो रहा हो? ऐसा कभी हुआ है क्या आज तक? Can you estimate CF ratings of these? I think they would all be below 1500 only for now. I mean, I think they're all 1500 rating range, less than 1500 rating range problems. BFS one might be 1600, but again, I think these problems, this is simulation, so this is a little simple. This is like a B or C problem. This is like a good observation problem, right? And this third one is like a BFS problem, simple BFS problem, but you have to just mention. So I cannot correlate it with CF ratings because I don't think this problem will specifically come in CF. But again, this will be less, sub 1500 only. What if there's a connection error in real OA? That's a real problem, because if you get that, if you don't connect back in certain time, your test will submit and that's what you had done. So if you get internet issues in the real test, then you will be in a big problem. So please have stable connections while giving interviews and this. So I have taken interviews for Google myself. So I can tell you what happens when somebody gets disconnected. We wait for a certain time, and then it's the interview then ends, and then we just have to flag this candidate's interview, like his connection was lost, but the interview gets over, right? Till 5-10 minutes, 5 minutes I wait generally, but that's what is the norm. So please connections अच्छे से maintain करना है, मतलब जहाँ भी हो have backups, दुनिया भर का backup रखो जो भी रखना है, ठीक है? Have mobile data, have Wi-Fi at places, right? And this is what we'll do. किसका screen दिखना है बताओ, and then we'll move into solutions and stuff. Hi Desh. So let's go one by one. This is Arpit's stream. This is basically I don't think he has coded this problem fully yet. I think He's writing something over here, but okay. I'll move to Anuj's code. Okay, so Anuj has written. So Anuj has written BFS right now. I think he'll be able to solve this problem as well. I'm not sure how much time is left on his. I think around 10 minutes or so. But I think he has written correct BFS, just that he has written set. So I think he's maintaining dikes. He's writing Dijkstra, which is not required, but it's correct also. So it's not a problem. Okay, he's writing Dijkstra's code. Basically, with set, he's maintaining sort of a priority queue key. You can reach with this cost to this cell, and you are going up and down from every cell that is there, and you're maintaining a visited for every cell. Okay, so he's inserting at a zero distance. You can move. So basically, what he has written is insert 0p. So he has zero distance this, and then he's trying to debug which cells are getting come up as up and down. I think he's making some mistake. He has not taken n, I think. One mistake, I suppose. Where is the n in his input? He's made some mistake in input, but I think he's on the correct direction. Start with learning a good language. Let's start with learning good C++ and STL first, and then onwards you can start going forward into other things. That's where you start. He has not taken n. Okay. So these are the kind of mistakes you make when you are in stress. ठीक है? And believe me, आप लोग को लग रहा होगा कि आप लोग लीड कोड वगैरह में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, right? Practice and giving actual test is very very different. अच्छा n लिया है उसने, right? Now I have the full code. You can see n PDF as taken as inputs, and then making some mistake somewhere. Okay, so he is ready to submit now. Let's see. Paste, submit. So like he's waiting and reloading the like. This is like a mock platform. This is basically to simulate whatever like works for him or not. This is there. I think what he should have been doing over here is go back to first problem, because he's still left with first problem, right? Why to waste time on submissions? Because it might take time to run things. Like ideally, like even on any platform, it takes sometimes or come to Algorithms. Yeah. So Algorithms is definitely like one of the best trainings, I suppose. I think I'm gonna give a quick plug because I teach at Algorithms, and I know for sure it's one of the best trainings that can possibly exist in India. So that's there. I remember testing these questions. Acha, Nidesh was one of the setters for us. He's getting runtime errors. I think he's going outside bounds somewhere in the array. And Nidesh was one of the setter teams in like creating these mock platform questions, right? I hope Nidesh had a really good time like learning these questions as well for himself. I think so. Right now there are like around 100 plus tests available on this platform, and there's going to be like 80 new added in the next week, which is on HFTs. Every company that you can possibly think of is gonna like there's going to be a test available for that on this platform, and those two will be real with MCQs and all. So for you guys, like what you can do is you can go on this platform and give the GS test. Right, there is a free test available on Goldman Sachs. Suppose you can kind of quickly check that out. Okay, this is the question section. If you go to the home, I will quickly go back. So this is like a priced platform on by AlgoZenith, but basically, can you view problem in AlgoZenith? I think this is on the internal side. There is a small coupon code in the description. You can use that to kind of get a huge discount, 50% at least, suppose. And this is a test that you can attempt. This is, I think, available for free, right? But I think like what I will do is, so anybody who gets onto the stream is gonna get like 3-month subscription for free for everyone. And I think this is a platform that kind of builds in a lot of values. Ki acha real questions practice karna hai, so that's what happens there. Screen. Okay, let's come back to screen. किसका screen देखना है बताओ जल्दी से. Satyam. So this is Anuj's screen. Anuj trying to see why the runtime error. I think because he's trying to get element on this. Okay, this is Satyam's screen. He's writing. He's also writing BFS, FD in unordered set. Why unordered set exactly? See, one more thing I can see over here is Satyam is using linting to some degree on this. So he gets the lint thank you, which is what is the mistake over here. These all things might not be available over here. Okay, change screen. Acha, okay, this is there. Okay, so over here, if you go to this quick pricing tabs, you can go to this particular Goldman Sachs wala thing and you can attempt this for free. This platform is paid, but I think there's a coupon code which you can use. You will get like at least 50% discount on the number, and I think it's very economical at that price. So एक बार try करके देखो. I think all the tests will be available for you. ठीक है? Just have a look at the platform. This is like this stream is kind of sponsored by Argosenit. So, but ये Goldman Sachs का stream ये test दो. I think you will understand कि what is the actual setup. I'm not going to open it up over here, but basically there are MCQs and tests exact replica of what test happened for Goldman Sachs very recently. Okay. So this is there, but again, it's like a quick small plug. I'm going to go back now and I'm going to go to the test that we were looking at. What was the company? Microsoft. Now we're going to go to this Microsoft test. And we had, I'm going to go to my previous attempts. Okay, I'm going to see my quick attempt over here. And you can also see that there are editorial approaches for every problem that has appeared in the test for these companies. And you can kind of see the editorial code too. So in case the same question appears, you can use this. Oh, it's nice. He has used exact same approach almost. Okay. So this is how you can use this particular thing. Right? For problem number 2, we had seen this. Basically, you can simply simulate. This is basically direction vectors and moving in directions. This is how you maintain it. There is a very nice thing maintained over here that you maintain cyclically. If you go right, then you come back to the same thing. So this is how you change direction. This is another interesting way to kind of maintain direction. Okay. And this is basically a simulation code. This is what I think Anuj has also written on as well. The third problem over here is nothing but the frog path. Let's see what's the idea for this. This is a breadth first search problem, up, down over here. So this is basically the minimum number of moves. So you have a visited array of n, you have the queue that you have kept, and you maintain the node that you are visiting. Nodes has a value and the level, right? That which BFS level you are at. You push that into the queue, pop it out, and if value is equal to f, then you know that you have reached the final answer. Just return the depth, distance basically, or else you do the standard BFS stuff. Okay, so this is how you can solve this problem. Clear, everyone? I mean, I think these are the same codes for the approaches that we talked about. So this platform is still in creation. I think very soon you would have like even more problems, and like I will try to get specific accesses to the tests that we are doing on the streams publicly available to everyone, right? That is something I will try to get in some time. So this is like a platform in creation very recently. So that's there. Okay. Does passed by grace marks on university report card make negative impact? अलग ही question, Sharkji. This is dunya par question. But yeah, this makes sense. Sometimes, yes. What I've seen is these things do come biting around later on. Like immediate next career decision or whatever you are going to get into, the studies that you're going to get into, generally takes the report card, the whole result card, and then takes it as a feed into it. So it might get used. I'm not 100% sure though. 7 MBA का क्या process है 100%. I know the standard process, but this is off topic, I suppose. Okay. Okay. Let's see what Satyam is doing. I can't see Satyam's first code getting accepted as of now. It's very weird. 1 second. 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 1 sec So Anuj, we have lost him on the stream. Again, some internet connection issue. This is what I'm saying. Connection issue is a big problem. So we have Anuj most probably back with us. Does free certificates of Google and any other Coursera helps in any way? Generally, sometimes it does, but mostly no. For bigger companies, no. Is OA connected like this only? 4 to 5 candidates under investigator on Meet? No, 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 no. Guys, this is not exactly how OA works. OA is there is a link given. You are sitting in a proctored environment in your college or maybe at your home. You are given a link. This is kind of the test that opens on your window. You have to solve it in that window itself. There's no proctoring as such by a human, but again, this is there. The setup that you do. मतलब सबको एक साथ link चलाता है. You just open that link from mail. On the platform, you have to solve it, and then you have to submit it. That's it. इतना strict नहीं होता है. मतलब I don't. People don't proctor it directly. Okay. Okay, so they are left with 10 more seconds. तब तक I'll answer any questions that you guys have for me about online assessments. So this is like a quick random pick. Maybe do you want to see one of my like friends sitting for this? So do you want to see how a world finalist attempts a coding test? Yes or no? Batao. If you guys say yes, maybe I have my friend Shubham, right, who is also in Google, and he was my ICBC teammate. Obviously, like we are in the same team, so he also qualified to world finals. Maybe I will get him to sit for a hard test, right? Like Uber's tests are generally a little harder than usual, or maybe DirectEye's test, right? Like coordination basically. So maybe what I will do is I'll ask him to kind of sit with me in a very similar setup, either live stream or like this normal stream. Or maybe even pre-recorded, that's perfectly fine. And we'll see how he performs on tests, right? And maybe we'll get some directions from him. So he was earlier in Microsoft, then he switched to Google, right? So, and he's my flatmate as well. So maybe I'll get him quickly. I'll be like, bhai karte hai, chalo ek stream karte hai. Right? This is what you do when you have YouTube channel. You know, you use your friends to get content. But content nahi. I think it's a very, very like good thing to see on how do world finalists actually sit for tests. And आपको difference दिखेगा. मतलब I can tell you that I think he will perform very well. I'm like it's going to be new for him too. Okay. Okay. Let's see Arpit's screen quickly. Okay. Arpit is looking at the stream back. I think he's done with his test, right? Arpit, is your test complete by any chance? I think he doesn't have any other tab open, so I think yes. Okay. Umang is helping us to kind of proctor the things a little bit. Satyam still on this problem. It's a good fortune to get a good flatmate. So my both flatmates were my both two teammates, Shubham and Nitish. Nitish has now moved to Google US, so he's now in Mountain View. Shubham and me are still staying over here. We are living two people in 3 BHK in Bangalore, but ठीक है. Manage maybe a little bit. Do you know any possible reason that even after solving all problems in a year you don't get selected? Because everybody solved all problems. Maybe that's the reason. That's generally the reason why you don't get selected. Another very interesting reason, let me tell you, there was this company which selected like. So there was a test that happened. Let me tell you a very interesting story. There was a test that happened, and the company selected everybody who solved 2 questions out of 3 questions. ठीक है? ठीक है? So now, so you might ask me कि ऐसा क्यों किया कंपनी ने? ठीक है? So I talked to the HR of that company. So she told me a very interesting perspective about things. ठीक है? She told me कि जिन्होंने 3 out of 3 सॉल्व किया है, there are 2 scenarios. एक तो कुछ लोग उनमें से चीटिंग की है, ठीक है? Other thing is कि some of them are really good. Okay? Now जो लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं, वो लोग क्या है कि वो लोग ऐसे भी दूसरे मतलब this was not a very big company. This was a middle product based company, right? Mid range product based company. I think it was startup only, like mid-size startup, right? So what they said कि जो लोग बहुत अच्छे किए वो लोग बहुत अच्छे competitive program है, they will most probably go to some other companies, ठीक है? Now there are candidates who solved 2 out of 3. Now these are the best candidates because they stick with the company for the longest period of time, ठीक है? And that's why we select them for our interviews. And since and they're not very high in skills as well, so they might not think too much about like kind of switching and all as well later on. जिनका coding skills बहुत अच्छा है, they will quickly go for other switches and all, right? तो इसीलिए they selected everybody on 2 out of 3, and that which was very weird, at least for what I saw. Okay, समझ में आया? तो क्यों नहीं, क्या क्या रीजन हो सकता है एक और निष्कर्ष? Make sense that this is also possible. Way of life powered by HR. Yes, ये भी एक रीजन हो सकता है, क्या पता ये वही कंपनी हो. मैं कंपनी का नाम तो नहीं लूंगा ऑब्वियसली. ओके ओके सो दिस इज, बट अगेन आई थिंक मोस्ट केसेस व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि सबने सब सॉल्व कर दिया तो सीजी वगैरह देखते हैं लोग, तो दैट इज अनदर रीजन. सीजी सीवी देखते हैं लोग, कुछ कुछ कंपनीज सिंपली शॉर्ट बाय सीजी. दैट हैपेंस इन लॉट ऑफ कंपनीज. शॉर्टलिस्ट बेस्ड ऑन डिपार्टमेंट, दैट्स आल्सो हैपनिंग, दैट आल्सो हैपेंस इन कंपनीज. मैं देखो रियलिस्टिकली बता रहा हूँ, जो होता है वो होता है, राइट? We cannot say कि ये सब चीज नहीं होता है. These are all real things that happen, right? We all know कि इंडिया में based on department, based on CGPA, a lot of things gets restricted, right? A lot of opportunities get restricted. So that's reality. CGPA, the GPA or CGPA, CGPA. Can it be possible when a person is competitive programmer and don't able to solve? Yes, it's possible. देखो, in pressure perform करना, it depends. Like sometimes what I've seen is, so let me give you another perspective, ठीक है? मतलब don't come back to me and saying कि विवेक आपने ऐसा बोला था इसलिए मैंने बाद में practice नहीं करा code forces पे. But what I've seen is code forces has literally detached itself from how coding tests happen. Okay, coding tests are very algorithmic in nature, whereas code forces is a little like ad hoc in its nature, observational in its nature till div 2c. और अगर आप div 2c तक कर लेते हो ना, तो you get to a rating range of 1500 1600 sometimes. Like if you can solve just implementation or an observational problems quickly, you can reach to a 1600 1500 rating range on CF, right? 14 to 16 I would say, ठीक है, इस range पे if you can solve C. But then जो कोडिंग टेस्ट में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ना, जो डिसाइडर क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, डिसाइडर क्वेश्चंस, दे आर मोस्टली div 2d, ठीक है? मतलब जिसमें थोड़ा डीपी, ग्राफ, बाइनरी सर्च, ऐसा एल्गोरिथमिक फ्लेवर होता है, ठीक है? इट्स नॉट मोस्टली एड हॉकिश इन नेचर. सो इसलिए क्या होता है ना कि काफी बार लोग सिलेक्ट नहीं कर पाते, मतलब कंपीट नहीं कर पाते इन कोडिंग टेस्ट, बट दे हैव गुड रेटिंग. 1600 इज अ गुड रेटिंग इन इंडिया एटलीस्ट, राइट? ओके. Amit is asking, isn't MS hiring only females in placement process? I don't think so, right? There might be some slots, some seats there, but I don't think so कि सिर्फ ये हो रहा है. But कुछ कैंपस में हो सकता है ऐसा हुआ हो, but I don't think मतलब कि ऐसा पूरे कंट्री में ट्रू है. मैंने तो देखा है कि मेल कैंडिडेट्स का भी हुआ है. I think there are friends who are very capable who have got selected. There are certain slots, of course, like I said, reserved, I suppose, but in general, though, how difficult are OA for internship? It's on similar range. देखो, OAs are created by the same nature for internships and placements. तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कि उसमें कोई difference होता है. They can come sometimes a little easier, but मेरे को नहीं लगता कि कोई difference होता है दोनों में. ठीक है? Bhaiya, can you please tell something like roadmap for 4 years of college, like how to become good in CP? First year should go to camp. Like I think the summers are very important. If you use the first year summer, second year summers to do a lot of CP, that should be good enough. बाकी कुछ नहीं है. I think first year should be exploration plus like learning language, doing a little bit of CP. Second year में you can do like CP plus one project so that you can try and get some internship next time. फिर इंटर्न लग गया तो उसके बाद अगर सीपी अच्छा लग रहा है तो करो, नहीं तो फिर थोड़ा डेव भी कर सकते हो, बिल्ड अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स, पार्टिसिपेट इन हैकाथॉन्स, बिल्ड सम नेटवर्क. ठीक है, फिर फोर्थ ईयर में यू सेट फॉर प्लेसमेंट हो गया तो मस्ती करो उसके बाद. दैट्स ऑल. मस्ती भी करना इन सब में, मतलब मैंने मस्ती सबसे हटा के बोला, बट कॉमन इन ऑल ईयर्स. ऑफ कोर्स वो तो मुझे बोलना नहीं पड़ेगा, वो तुम ऐसे ही करोगे. मुझे तो बोलना, मतलब उसमें दर्द थोड़ी होता है करने में, वो तो अच्छा लगता है करने में, तो वो तो करोगे, राइट. From our campus, they shortlist only females, and they shortlisted male guy whose name. अच्छा, okay. I have heard this कि उसके बाद ये पहले उनको पता नहीं था, and then they later on removed their like his name as well. I know. I heard this instance too. One of my students told me. ठीक है, it might happen in one campus. मैं sure नहीं हूँ, but I'm nobody to comment on this. ठीक है. I want to know how to make HTML through HTML. Okay, ये तो बहुत difficult है. So guys, give me like quick 1 sec. I will be back in a second. Somebody's at the door. I'll have to get that. I'm alone at home right now. Okay, let's see. You see, I got intern but got revoked in Feb, so preparing for placements now. देखो यार, अभी बहुत रिवोक हो रहा है. ठीक है, आई थिंक यू गाइस हैव सीन कि अमेजोन सबने रिसेंट डिले ये वो सबने कर दिया है. ठीक है, आई थिंक सबने करा ऐसा. एवरी कंपनी हैज डन दिस. तो थोड़ा रिसेंट वगैरह तो हो रहा है. ठीक है, इवन पीपल हु वर वर्किंग इन द इंडस्ट्री गॉट फायर्ड. आई नो अ लॉट ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट्स who like had to look for switches. So it's difficult times thoda bahut, but I think in next 3 months things will get back to normal. The only problem is there are a lot of people in the queue जिन्होंने अभी इतने 2 साल में अप्लाई करा है, 1.5 year में, and they are like kind of waiting for an opportunity to get into some company. So there is a little more competition than usual. But this year's placements are gonna go fine for sure. ठीक है. After 3 to 4 months, things are gonna get back to normal. अभी से, unless फिर से कुछ हो जाए कि यूएस की इकोनॉमी में कुछ चेंजेस आ जाए, है ना. unless ऐसा कुछ हो जाए तो फिर कुछ नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है. Do we need to code also in interview? Yes, you need to code in interview as well. I think you can take chances a little bit on the placement side. Okay. Satyam is waiting on this. Arpit is, I think, done with his test. War with वो तो है ही, वो तो रशिया यूक्रेन वार तो है ही main reason. Okay, so we talked about this lunchtime problem. Read this. This is the main idea for lunchtime problem. There are contests at some sites where questions aren't accessible after contest. How to practice these? नहीं कर सकते. That's the only thing. So basically that's what we do over here. Like in coding test also, always this you generally have screenshots and all. You never see the questions available on some other platform. So we try to create a good enough replica. It's not 100% same, but similar. Okay, so we have Satyam with us on the stream back, right? Satyam, you're able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, for the disconnectivity.
No issues. I think these are things that we have to improve as we go on. है ना? So let's talk to Satyam till other two kind of candidates are there, kind of trying. I think Arpit also done with the stream. Arpit, you can also unmute later, like once we talk to you. तो बताओ सत्यम कैसा रहा? What is the progress?
सर
ये
पहला प्रॉब्लम 30 मिनट ले लिया, लेकिन एक्सेप्ट हो गया। प्रॉब्लम सी सबमिट किया, वो अभी क्यू दिखा रहा है।
अच्छा अभी थर्ड प्रॉब्लम कोड करके सबमिट किया है क्या? एक बार दिखाओ कोड दिखाओ थर्ड प्रॉब्लम का।
सर
Okay, third
एक्सेप्टेड
also.
हो गया मेरा थर्ड भी।
Nice.
दिस इज माय
बेसिकली BFS करा है ना?
नहीं सर, मैंने क्यू डेटा स्ट्रक्चर का इस्तेमाल किया है कि दोनों डायरेक्शन में जा सकते हैं। एक सेट ले लिया जिसमें सारे एलिमेंट्स को स्टोर करते गया हमें, कि अगर ये एलिमेंट दोबारा रिपीट हो रहा है तो उसको एंट्री करने का कोई मतलब नहीं हो। इस तरह करते करते क्यू को ट्रैवर्स कर दिया पूरा।
बेसिकली तुमने BFS करा है, यही BFS होता है।
हाँ, वही है बिना रिकर्जन के।
BFS पर रिकर्जन होता भी नहीं, उसमें भी क्यू ही होता है BFS में। DFS में होता है ना रिकर्जन, BFS में। हाँ ठीक है, सही क्या जो किया सही।
थोड़ा दिमाग काम करना बंद कर दिया है।
ठीक है ठीक है चलो ठीक है, सत्यम का तो हो गया। 2 क्वेश्चन इज प्रीटी गुड। मतलब समझ में टाइम में कितना प्रेशर लगता है, 6 घंटे मतलब 1 घंटे में 3 क्वेश्चन करने में कैसे प्रेशर फील होता है?
सर पहला बहुत आसान था, लेकिन ज्यादा ही प्रेशराइज कर दिया कि ऐसे होगा वैसे होगा, दुनिया भर की केस, जबकि उसको 30 मिनट लगे, जबकि बहुत स्टैंडर्ड टाइप का प्रॉब्लम था कि एक नंबर को दूसरे में कन्वर्ट करना है।
करेक्ट, नाइस, सही बात है। ठीक है तो क्या लगा देकर के, क्या क्या इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं बताओ सत्यम?
सर खुद को इम्प्रूव करने की जरूरत है।
चैट बताओ गाइस, whoever are on the streams, बताओ सत्यम क्या क्या सत्यम ने सत्यम का थोड़ा सा स्ट्रीम्स तो देखा ही है, बट व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स डू यू थिंक वी कैन इंप्रूव ऑन दिस? क्या लगता है, एनी आइडिया? फ्रॉम व्हाट आई कैन सी, like I think one thing that I saw is कि मतलब how are you approaching the problems? एक तो था कि one is reading all problems, I suppose is something you can do at start, कि कौन सा easy है कौन सा hard है, फट से देख के थोड़ा समझ में आना मुश्किल होता है। जैसे फर्स्ट वन में टाइम लग गया, अगर तुमने 30 मिनट्स मतलब ईजी था, बट बाई चांस अगर वो हार्ड होता और तुमको लग रहा है कि हो जाएगा बट नहीं होता, तो इट माइट हैव टेकन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम। जबकि थर्ड जैसे फोर्थ वाला तुमने थर्ड वाला जो करा, सेकंड वाला भी है, मतलब इतने भी हार्ड प्रॉब्लम नहीं थे उसके बाद, राइट? तो क्या पता उसके वजह से तुम्हारा दूसरा कोई छूट जाता।
सर पहले में ज्यादा टाइम लग गया, नहीं तो थर्ड 10 मिनट में हो गया, 10 मिनट में सॉल्व, और फोर्थ भी हो जाता, लेकिन टाइम थोड़ा ज्यादा कम पड़ गया। अभी 2 मिनट बाकी है, लेकिन कोई मीनिंग नहीं उसका।
करेक्ट, ठीक है नाइसली डन, आई थिंक दैट्स देयर। तो मैंने सॉल्यूशंस वगैरह तो लाइक एक्सप्लेन ऑलरेडी कर दिया है, तो हम लोग सॉल्यूशन तो स्ट्रीम पे डिस्कस नहीं करते, तुम एक बार वापस स्ट्रीम देख सकते हो प्रॉपर्ली करते हुए, दैट इज देयर। एंड एनीवेज यू कैन सी द, जब तुम्हारा टेस्ट कंप्लीट हो जाता है यहाँ पर हिंट्स एंड एडिटोरियल सेक्शन अनलॉक हो जाता है, तो यू कैन सी ऑल हिंट्स एंड एडिटोरियल्स फॉर एवरी प्रॉब्लम इन दिस, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू लाइक सी द एडिटोरियल कोड कि इसमें यही करना था ना, मतलब वो मैथ्स तुमने जो करा कि जो बड़ा है उसको हाफ हाफ करते गए एंड सोल्यूशन निकाल लिया उस चीज का, दैट्स व्हाट यू डू, राइट? तो दिस इज व्हाट यू डू। मतलब मैंने सॉल्यूशंस वगैरह एक्सप्लेन कर दिया ऑलरेडी चैट मतलब वीडियो पे, तो यू गाइस कैन ऑलरेडी वॉच इट लेटर ऑन। बेसिकली whichever इज बिगर जस्ट हाफ इट बाय 2, जब तक कॉमन पे आ गया फिर 2 into आंसर -1, तुमने भी यही करा है आई थिंक सत्यम, राइट? तो ठीक है, I think everybody has like I think it's the test is ended for everyone. Can I like I think I'm muting Satyam you for a little. Anuj, or let's go to Arpit first. I think Arpit has been sitting around for a little longer than Anuj was just completed. So, Arpit, are you able to hear me? Can you unmute and just maybe speak up something?
Yes.
Yep. कैसा गया Arpit? बताओ क्या लग रहा है?
I mean, I first read all the 3 problems and I thought कि I have done problem 3 somewhere. So I had approach in my mind and I tried it, but it was giving me some wrong answer. So I thought कि I have done this similar kind of question. Why is this giving me wrong answer? So I kept on doing it, but I think they were still giving me wrong answers. So most of the time was wasted on the third problem itself. And problem 1 and 2 were more doable than third problem I think. So when I went to problem 2, the time was very less, I think.
Correct. मुझे वही लगा. Like I think you wasted quite a lot of time on third, and I think what you did was you correlated it to something, like something that you have like seen on, let's say, lead code or places somewhere कि अच्छा इस type के question कर रखा है, so let's try to do the same thing over here, and then वो miss up हो जाता है. So read it as if like a fresh problem सोचो एकदम अच्छे से. That is much better instead of कि being biased कि यार ये question मेरे से हो चुका है तो मेरे से फिर होना ही चाहिए. वो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है फिर उसके बाद, है ना. Right, so that is another thing. Let's quickly go and talk to Ikbar Anuj. I think Anuj performed pretty well. On I think like Satyam solved first and third. Anuj, क्या तुम्हारा कैसा status था? क्या solve किए?
बस सेकंड ही किया लगता है.
Third का तुम्हारा
Second
third का
solve
code
किया.
almost सही था. Maybe like so
वो
your screen is not shared. Can you share it real quick once?
okay.
So questions in Algorithm are previously asked in OS. Yes, these all questions of this platform itself, practice or Algorithm, are all previous year OS questions.
I have shared my screen.
Yes. So let's see your submission for third one. क्या था देखो एक बार third question देखो. I think you were on the correct direction from what I discussed with others on the stream. एक बार दिखाओ code दिखाओ अपना third वाले का.
Okay.
My submission से चले जाओ third वाले का. Almost similar to what we had talked about. मतलब वही QMate मतलब set या QMate डालना था and बस distance plus one करके set में डालो. Almost similar, correct approach only.
This will be one and this will be one, I think.
हाँ correct. वो
I
problem में
messed
correctly
up in
mention.
reading.
हाँ.
Yes. वो
Correct.
correct मतलब.
उसमें प्रॉपर्ली ऐसे मेंशन नहीं था कि 1 to n लिखा हुआ नहीं था वर्ड. करेक्ट. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो समथिंग दैट हैपेंस इन ओएस कि क्या होता है कि पूरा करेक्टली मेंशन नहीं होता है. मैंने बहुत ओए दिए, इतने मिस्टेक देखे ना मैंने अपनी लाइफ में, जितने मतलब एक्चुअल कभी कोड फोर्सेस वगैरह भी तुम नहीं दिखोगे, क्योंकि कोड फोर्सेस पे प्रॉब्लम सेटिंग बहुत टेस्ट होता है. ओएस में इतने मतलब होता है टेस्ट, बट इतना परफेक्टली टेस्ट नहीं होता है. तो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट यू मेस अप ऑन थिंग्स, राइट. तो ये चीज थोड़ा एक चीज देखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, गलत हो रहा है तो कैसे गलत हो रहा है, क्या चीजें है, राइट. ठीक है.
Sorry.
ठीक है. तो चैट तुमको इस पे दिख ही रहा होगा कमेंट्स पे. हाँ, ये जो कमेंट्स है वही है ऑलमोस्ट चैट, राइट. सो क्वेश्चंस इन एनालिसिस आर प्रीवियस आर यस, राइट. So it's the questions are all like discussed on the stream, on the video. You can go back to the video and discuss, है ना. तो यार बताओ क्या लगा ये टेस्ट का कितना रेट करेंगे 1 out of 5 ऑल्सो ऑन द चैट. मतलब फॉर यू गाइस, अनुज तुमको क्या लग रहा है कितना था 1 out of 5 डिफिकल्टी?
Out of 5, 4 or 3.
हाँ,
डिफिकल्टी ज्यादा नहीं था, थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं था क्वेश्चंस, थोड़ा सा.
करेक्ट. तीनों ही क्वेश्चन थोड़े डाइसी टाइप के थे, मेरे को ऐसा लगा. अर्पित, व्हाट अबाउट यू, कितना क्या लगता है रेटिंग, डिफिकल्टी रेटिंग?
I mean, like they were 3.5.
ठीक है. सत्यम म्यूट हो.
अनम्यूट.
3 और 3.5 ज्यादा टफ नहीं था.
मुझे भी लगता है कि आई थिंक इट वाज अ 3 इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिफिकल्टी, बट 3.5 क्योंकि 60 मिनट्स में 3 करना था, तो इट्स परफेक्ट 20 मिनट्स फॉर एवरी प्रॉब्लम. एंड द थिंग इज कि इफ यू डू एनी प्रॉब्लम मिस, मतलब कुछ गलती हो गया ना, तो दूसरे प्रॉब्लम सफर कर जाएंगे फॉर श्योर, बिकॉज 10 मिनट्स तो लगेगा ही हर प्रॉब्लम में करने के लिए. तो किसी में भी तुम 30 मिनट्स से थोड़ा ज्यादा ले लिए तो एक प्रॉब्लम तो फॉर श्योर मतलब गॉन है ऑलरेडी इसमें. दैट्स व्हाई दिस इज लाइक आई थिंक 3.5 और 4 इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिफिकल्टी. आई थिंक व्हाट अबाउट चैट, तुमको क्या लगता है क्या कितना डिफिकल्टी रेटिंग था? आई थिंक दीस गाइस हैव परफॉर्म्ड प्रीटी वेल. मतलब एक भी क्वेश्चन मेरे को लगता है कि जैसे स्ट्रीम पे हो एंड लाइक ये क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो और थोड़ा सा प्रेशर थोड़ा ज्यादा बिल्ड हो जाता है कि यार लोग देख रहे हैं. अनुज ऐसा फील हुआ थोड़ा सा? आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल वेयर लाइक ऐसे चीयरिंग फॉर अनुज कि करना है, अनुज कर रहा है, अभी सब फोड़ देगा. क्या लगता है अनुज? नहीं कोई प्रेशर से नहीं दिख रहा था कि तुमको अच्छा परफॉर्म करना ही है ऐसा कुछ. इट्स मोर लाइक कि हम सब कुछ चीयर अप ही कर रहे थे. ठीक है, वी वर डिस्कसिंग कि तुम सही अच्छे डायरेक्शन में हो ऑलरेडी इस चीजों में. ठीक है, बट ठीक है. डीपी वर्कशॉप ठीक है. 3.5 I suppose yes. That's what everybody agrees with also. I suppose. ठीक है. है ना? Lot of people still cheering for Anuj. Anuj has a really good fan following. अनुज अभी बाद में जाके पूरा चैट स्ट्रीम देखेगा कि वापस से कितने लोगों ने चेयर करा है. ठीक है. ठीक है. I think this was a quick simulation of the OA. I suppose like you guys now can all you guys have access to the whole platform. You guys can see other questions also, practice कर सकते हो बाद में. And like I think there is a small goodie that we'll send to all the people who are who are there on the stream. मतलब for all three of you, we'll send you guys a small goodie. Like वो dispatch होने में time लगेगा. It's like small like set for you guys. तो वो तुम लोग को अभी आएगा. ठीक है. I think Umang will collect the details from you guys on that one. So anybody who gets selected randomly on the stream, if they are sporty enough to kind of attend the stream, it's like a small token कि यार नहीं you have achieved really good thing, right? भैया ठीक है, देख रहे हो आ रहा है अब अनुज के लिए चेयर आ रहा है बहुत सारे. ठीक है. ठीक है. So this is the place where we'll maybe like stop for today. I hope like most of you guys enjoyed the stream, kind of got an idea कि OA actually होता कैसे. We'll take up more such streams. हम लोग और भी बहुत सारे pattern में questions देखेंगे. Maybe we'll do some HFT specific questions. HFT के there is a proper series on HFTs on the platform itself कि सारे HFT के questions है. So maybe we'll do one on that. We'll do one on like ऐसे मैं शुभम को बुलाता हूँ, who is my teammate, right? He will also do one question on the stream itself. So you guys will get to know about it as well. कि अच्छा what if a world finalist attempts a coding test? I think कर लेगा वो, but फिर भी देखते क्या पता गलती कर दे कुछ. ठीक है. ठीक है. So we'll have another stream very soon. And if you guys are still over here, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. This is the place we'll stop for today, guys. Thanks for joining in. And I think any last words, maybe Anuj, Satyam, you guys want to add? कुछ लगता है? Did you guys enjoy the stream? For yourselves?
Thank you sir for this incredible
काफी मजा आया.
experience.
ठीक है. ठीक है. हम लोग ऐसा और भी streams करेंगे. Like we'll anyways like you guys can stay on the like call. I'll talk to you guys. But I think this is the place we'll stop it as streaming for YouTube, right? So then thanks for the YouTube audience who guys joined in. I hope you guys learned something new. See you on the next stream. Bye bye.